Your partner is not your parent, should not tell you what you can and can't do. If you want the best for your partner, you shouldn't tell them they can't go out. So like going out to parties, I'm imagining. Maybe also like what to wear, that sort of thing.
No, just like parties. Oh, no, just like parties.
Just parties, okay. So you're fine with a guy boyfriend saying, don't wear that?
No. Like he shouldn't be able to
Oh, he shouldn't say that either.
No, he shouldn't say that.
You say because you should want them to have as much fun as they can. As long as they're respectful, they should be allowed to do whatever they want. Okay. Anybody here just agree with her position? Who agrees? Agree.
I agree.
Yes.
I think you should be able to wear what you want, but I also think men can have their own standards.
Okay.
And, if they don't want a girl who's going out and partying, they should not be with that woman.
I agree.
Whereas other men do appreciate that and want that.
Okay.
Maybe less, but...
Okay.
I think you should be able to wear whatever it is you want and have the autonomy to do that. However, I do think that if you're in a respectful partnership and your significant other does have an issue with something you're wearing, they should be able to freely vocalize that and then at least have some kind of a maybe conversation or something.
Okay. Because I mean, with the going out thing, right? Like, I think it's reasonable that if you meet somebody and they're single, you perhaps expect them to be acting in a way that's commensurate with being single. But once you're in a relationship, I think the thing, like, for example, when it depends how we approach the logic here. So if the logic is, well, things that are acceptable when you're single, can they ever become unacceptable when you're in a relationship? I think we would agree, like, for example, you can technically sleep with whoever you want when you're single. But when you're in a relationship, that would be cheating. In this case, it's like, what is the sort of acceptable behavior that you can and can't do once you're in a relationship? And so I guess my question is, maybe this might help paint a picture or articulate the male position. Would you be okay with your boyfriend going to a strip club?
No.
Why not? That's really controlling and insecure of you.
I mean, I would never go to any type of strip club like filled with all men. All I'm talking about was more just like the college aspect of it, like going to frat parties and going to house parties, especially like UCSB is known as a party school,
it's a party
but
school, yeah.
My boyfriend has no problem with it because he does the same. He goes to frat parties, he goes to house parties. All I'm saying is I think people do it in a way like they're trying to prevent their partner from cheating. Like they think, I'm doing this, so I think it's more they're trying to prevent cheating, even though if someone's going to cheat, they're just going to do it. I feel like putting these like preventative measures in place doesn't give any like use. And also, like you were saying, like if you don't want someone who's partying, like you shouldn't be with someone like that. But I have a lot of friends who now are struggling because their boyfriends knew they partied in high school and they knew they went out. But now all of a sudden it's a problem that they're in college, even though they knew that's how they always were. So
I think if you're scared of your partner cheating, you shouldn't be with them.
Yeah, that too.
So then what's the objection to the strip club?
I just think it's just like half naked woman. I don't know. I just would feel uncomfortable with it. That's it.
I mean, but in terms of like the cheating component of it.
Well, strip club is mainly just for like sex and not having, obviously, but like, well, it's very
the sexual appeal.
Yes.
Like, what's the reason he's going there? Like, I don't, like most men.
He's got a bunch of frat boyfriends, and
I mean, I wouldn't compare going to a strip club like compared to a frat. Like, I don't think it's at all like measurable. Like, a lot of people have broken up with their boyfriends just for going to strip clubs. Like, even if they didn't engage in anything, it's just kind of like, why are you there?
Well, I mean, my position on this would be, I think it's far more likely that somebody cheats at a bar or club versus cheats at a strip club. Because the difference is, when you go to a bar or club, there's people who will fuck you there. You go to a strip club, strippers...
I mean, but strippers will do it for a price,
Strippers do not want to fuck. Well, sure, then we're getting into prostitution.
I mean,
but even if
but
they're
most
not,
strippers aren't
that's what
prostitutes. I mean, but you go to a strip club, trust me, The strippers definitely don't like the male clientele. They think they're pathetic. They would never even. They think the male patrons are pathetic. They think they're lame. Whatever. They're tricks. They're marks. It's just money. They'll give the men attention, but it's just they're trying to get money out of these guys. They're not. There's a better chance. If I step into a club, there's a better chance of getting laid in the club than getting laid at the strip club.
Well, why do a lot of young guys go to like house parties? Because they want to get some.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't date someone that parties a lot. You can party sometimes, but I don't like that.
You have the conversation, and he's like, "Look, babe, I'd feel way more comfortable if you wore, he doesn't want you in a burqa, but he's like, hey, can you, put on something less revealing, I guess."
Like, what am I wearing? If I found it reasonable, maybe.
You've been out to parties, right?
Yeah.
These girls were walking around in lingerie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Basically. He was like, you know what? Maybe can you put a jacket on or, something like that?
I mean, yeah, sure, I guess. You do it? Yeah, I mean, if it really is, like, reasonable, then sure.
Would you feel a type of way about it, though?
I mean, I really don't think I would ever dress a certain way because I feel like there's a limit and I would never exceed a limit. Like, even I don't want people looking at me in a weird way. Like, I do it where I feel, like, good about myself, but also, like, I don't want any unwanted attention. Mm-hmm. So.
What do you think about, would you date a guy who plays video games?
Yeah, I dated with, like,
do you think it's okay for a girlfriend to tell her boyfriend to not play video games or play less video games? Like, you think that's reasonable?
I mean, if he was only ever playing video games and nothing else, then... Well, if it was his hobby, then no. It wasn't,
catastrophic to the relationship, but there was times he wanted to play video games that she wanted to spend with him. So he gave her some attention, but...
It would be a little weird. I feel like I could understand, like, why the woman would want that because she feels, like, kind of ignored. But I feel like if he does it in moderation, if that's his hobby, like, you shouldn't really stop him.
Because I think a lot of women have a strong preference to date men who don't play video games or just really in moderation. I guess this is a bit gendered, though. It's a bit of a gendered issue as it relates, not the video games, but as it relates to, like, going out, partying, and why men, perhaps more so than women, have a more vested interest in not wanting their girlfriend to party, even if that's how they even met. I think things can change once you're in a relationship. It's like, okay, well, like, the guy could go in thinking, well, she's single, she's going out, whatever. Now that I'm in a relationship with her, I kind of, like, don't want her going out because, and well, there's a few reasons, but because the experience that men and women have when they go out is really differently. Like, if I go out to a bar or club and just mind my business the entire night, no girl's talking to me. I could go out 10 nights, 20 nights, 30 nights. I just have my beer, whatever, just at the bar, not scowling, but just, open body language, whatever. No girls are coming to talk to me. No girls. Maybe if you're a really good-looking guy, maybe occasionally, like, a girl might come up to you. Well, if you're really good-looking, that's different. But you put any girl in a bar or club, average-looking, good-looking, really good-looking, she's getting approached. She's getting hit on. This doesn't mean she's going to cheat, but I do think it's a bit of a different dynamic, and we do have to factor in, like, okay, the differences here. So I think the big thing is, I guess I would paint it like this. Would you be okay with, like, your long-term boyfriend going to, I know you say he goes to frat parties, right? But, like, we understand the dynamics in these parties. Not to say that women never, like, will flirt, never initiate. But, like, usually the guy has to make the move and, like...
He has been hit on, actually.
Sure. Yeah. I don't deny that it happens.
No, but, like, I mean, and it doesn't...
But if a guy gets hit on once a night, the woman gets hit on 10 times a night.
I mean, you also have to, like, think about it, though. There's, like, especially here, there's so many beautiful women that go here, and all of it, like, everyone, I don't know, like, it's just, I think people overestimate how much their girlfriend will get hit on, because in reality, you're surrounded by beautiful women. Like, you have to be able to show maybe just a little interest. Obviously, like, guys will come up, you shut them down, they leave you alone. But also some guys, I feel like hear, or at least what I've seen, like they want you to show a little interest, and then they'll go up to you, they'll keep talking, whatever.
Yeah, and I think things have changed quite a bit, you know, with social media, dating apps. There's like before dating apps, before social media, if you wanted it, you can slide into somebody's DMs, you can match with them on a dating app. You had to approach somebody, whether that's at a party, whether that's after class, whether it's on campus, whatever it is. You had to approach somebody in person, or you can meet through friends, whatever. But now, I think it is the case that men are gonna, at least in person, are gonna shoot their shot less often, but it definitely still happens. But I think you take like an average girl, average guy, you put them in a bar, nobody's, like the guy's just gonna sit there all night twiddling his thumbs, and the girl, you know, she might get a couple guys hitting on her. So I think there's just this difference we have to be aware of as to why men more so than women will like have an issue with it. And I think the other thing is that men, like I get that women will shoot their shot, but it's really rare. And so I think when you're in a relationship, like for example, do you think the way the majority of women go about putting themselves out there, it's not to do the thing that guys typically do, which is, okay, I'm going to hit on 10, guys might be like, all right, I'm going to hit on 10 girls tonight. I don't think women do that generally. I think women will be like, I'm going to go to the place and put myself in the situation to then be approached, right? Not to, some women shoot their shot, but so I think men and women, men are salesmen, women are marketers. So y'all you put yourself in the environment that would facilitate a man approaching you, but you won't actually generally like go and shoot your shot, or you won't hit on like 10 dudes in the night. Whereas men will, maybe you guys have seen some dude at the party bouncing from girl to girl, shooting a shot, rejected. Okay, boom, this one. And so,
I mean, it's literally like that on like dating apps, for instance. Like I know a lot of guys who will literally go on dating apps and just swipe. Like that's like totally normal. Whereas women, you know, it's like we only swipe for the guys that we're somewhat interested in, you know?
Yeah, it's a different dynamic.
Yeah.
And so, but I think though, when you get into a relationship, obviously the guy needs to give up his strategy. So the guy gives up his strategy of, I'm going to just flirt with a bunch of girls. But we don't ask women to give up their strategy, which is...
Meaning? What do you mean?
Well, the woman's strategy is put yourself in these environments to be approached. That's the woman's strategy. But you continue doing this strategy, even in a relationship. I know your intention...
Like just going to parties, that's
how people meet each other, right?
I don't agree.
I mean, I know a lot of girls, like, we just like to go out and we just like to dance. Like, we don't really want male attention. Also, I feel like it's more than just that you say, like, we market. I agree with that, we market ourselves, but I think it's more strategic than that. Like, we'll put ourselves in the guy's eye line, like, we'll be closer to them. Like, just us going isn't, like, marketing ourselves. I feel like a lot of times, like, I like to go out because I actually have fun. I like to dance. I like the music.
Well, I think it's a combo. So I'm not going to say women only go out to get male attention, but I'm not going to say, especially if the woman's single, she's not only going out for fun. Otherwise, my objection there would be, what if it's really the case, these women hate it when they get some guy comes up to them, they fucking hate it, right? Why aren't there like just female only nightclubs and bars? If it's just, I want to dance with my girlfriends, there is some component of the mixed sex dynamic. Otherwise women, or you would just go to your girlfriend's house.
But it's like, it's not,
dance
it's
there,
like a different environment though. Like, it's like you're with a bunch of people, you meet people. Like, I am meeting like a lot of girls who are like a lot nicer, like in these parties. Yeah. But also like I can't go to clubs and I can't go to bars.
Sure, yeah, so you go to the parties, right?
House parties and these frats are like what we have.
Well, I guess, but I mean, once people turn 21, there are these environments, and nothing's actually. And I would actually say overwhelmingly the people who do throw the parties, typically the men. But what is stopping like even women who are under the age of 21 from them hosting or throwing the parties, and saying, you know what, just women, only women can come in, never see it. And then I guess the other, is anybody here in a sorority?
I lived at a sorority house.
But not in a sorority. You're in a sorority. Why is it the sorority girls? You guys have great.
The houses are really nice.
Better houses than the frat.
But they're gonna get trashed.
But why? Yeah. So why don't the sorority girls, if it's just about, well, let's cultivate the environment to party, why aren't the sorority houses just having parties at the sorority houses amongst her sisters?
They do.
We do.
Like literally, my friend on Friday night was at a little get together with her.
Well, a kickback or a pre-game.
But
or
also,
whatever.
it's like these.
Are the sorority houses throwing parties at scale that the frat parties are doing?
No, but I also really can't answer. Like historically, like frats have always just thrown. I can't name I don't know any sorority that would throw parties.
Right, but so that would I think that would speak to my point, which is. It would speak to my point, which is nothing is stopping sororities from just hosting girl-only ragers. Girl-only ragers, let's go. You can even have non-sorority girls come over.
But also, none of the houses are built for it, though. Like these frat houses are are actually built for it.
I mean, you can throw a party kind of wherever, I guess. But I don't know. I think there's a dynamic here where it's like people do go to these parties, yeah, sure, to have fun. But I think there's a component there of, am I going to meet a guy? If you're single. If you're in a relationship, then yeah, it's like probably 99%. You're just there for fun.
Yeah.
But maybe there's still like, ooh, I get to reject guy. I don't know, whatever.
But you don't have to go to a
still get the male validation.
You don't have to go to a party or a strip club or a sorority or whatever to meet somebody. I mean, you can literally go to the grocery store. You can literally put gas in your car. You know what I mean? There's always a time and place to meet someone. So that's why I don't. Well,
yeah, sure. I agree. Like for example, a girl could get hit on at Trader Joe's. Should the boyfriend be like, no, you're not allowed to go to Trader Joe's because you might get hit on? No, I wouldn't say that. But I think I would say that that when it comes to parties, bars, nightclubs, these are like very purposeful, intentional social gatherings. Mm-hmm. And like, you know, I've never seen some girl getting finger banged in the middle of a Trader Joe's. I was young. I know I'm Boomer Brian over here, but I was young once, and I saw some crazy shit go down at college parties. I'm from Santa Barbara. Trust me, I saw some insane shit. People fucking in the corner over there, fucking crazy shit.
I believe you.
Just crazy shit.
I believe you. When I was in my 20s, I also saw some stuff. So
yeah, and these weren't like sex parties. It was just like, here's a keg. It wasn't like some weird sex party.
It's like house parties and all kinds of, I know.
Here's some like random house party. People like fucking in the fucking bushes or some shit. People fucking on the beach. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
I know.
Not that you do it, but you've seen.
No, I've seen it. Yeah.
Well, let's just go down to the beach. And anyways, I don't know. I'm just saying, like, it's a different vibe at Trader Joe's.